Hey y'all, so today is Money Monday and I wanted to talk about the best side hustles to use to pay off debt and get some extra cash in your pocket. Many of them I use myself during my debt-free journey. But before I get started, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. So if you're new to my channel, your girl paid off $43,000 in 22 months back in July of 2022. So we're coming up on 2 years now of your girl being debt free, and it was an amazing journey. It's been a great, journey after. And one of the ways that I did that was by side hustling. I always say you cannot get out of debt on a 9 to 5, right? You are going to have to side hustle to get yourself out of debt in a timely manner, right? And that got me to thinking, what are some side hustles that the peoples can use, to help them to get started on their debt-free journey? And the first thing that comes to mind for me is gig apps, right? So if you don't know what gig apps are, those are, your Lyft, your Uber, your ride shares, your Instacarts. I think gig apps get a pretty bad rap as far as, oh, you're going to put all that wear and tear on your car. You ain't making no money. It ain't worth it. Well, I'm here to tell you, baby, them gig apps helped me to pay off that debt as quickly as I did, right? And for the naysayers that talk about, the wear and tear on your car, you're only doing it for a short amount of time, okay? Listen, you can do anything for a short amount of time. You be out of town all the time anyway. You be tearing up that highway on Monday through Friday anyway. So you might as well make sure you're getting paid to do it, okay? And I utilize during my debt-free journey, I utilize the food delivery app. So that was Uber Eats as well as DoorDash. So I would have them both on at the same time, and whichever one had the best mileage and the best money attached to it, that's the order that I would go with. Child, sometimes I'll be doing both at the same time, okay? But you do get paid weekly, right? So I would set a goal with that. So typically like Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays would be the days that I would do it. And I would set a $50 goal. Like, okay, girl, you need to make $50 today. And when I would make that goal, which a lot of times I would, because the weekends are pretty easy. People are ordering food. They don't feel like going out, things of that nature. So I would typically, have it at least $150, weekly, because you do get paid weekly to put on my debt. And y'all, listen, it adds up, okay? So don't listen to all them naysayers talking about, gig apps and you ain't gonna get this, you ain't gonna get that. It is a easy and fast way to make quick money on your own time, right? So, a lot of people, they may have children, they may be single parents. I have seen single parents doing DoorDash with their children, okay? The last time I did DoorDash, I actually saw a family. So the mom was in, I'm getting the order, the dad was driving. They had 2 kids in car seats in the back. So don't tell me about what you can't do, okay? Because you got kids, right? Strapped and sure in the back. If you have a spouse or somebody, who could do the driving, and even if you can't, most people I'm on the gig apps are pretty flexible. So if you say, hey, I'm so sorry, I can't bring this up because I have my kids in the car, but I am right downstairs. Most people are going to be like, okay, I'm on the way down. It might throw you, an extra tip, okay? So, get into these gig apps. They are so helpful and they're perfect to start your debt-free journey. Now, let's say, maybe you're still not comfortable with gig apps. I get it, okay? The next easy side hustle is retail. So I'm talking about your grocery stores, your gas stations, your Dollar Trees, those easy places where you could get hired quick. And a lot of these places are paying weekly, okay? So there's that, that weekly pay that you could just be tacking on to your debt. Listen, y'all done been to Dollar Tree, baby. They only got one cashier. She be blowing up balloons. She be folding boxes. She be stocking. She be bringing people up. They need people in there, okay? So, look at what stores are nearby, that have those hiring signs up. Fill out your application. Go in and talk to the manager. Let them know, hey, I have availability and I'm ready to get started, okay? So many of these jobs are open and they need people. And a lot of us live, right by them. If you could walk to that place or if it's just, a short car ride away, why not? Don't be ashamed, to, maybe work somewhere where, you haven't worked in a while, or maybe you feel, that your skill sets are above that. You there to make the money, okay? Don't nobody care about all that. Go and fill out that application and get started so you can be on your way to paying off debt fast. Here's another side hustle that I use, and that was selling things, y'all. I would sell just about anything. Somebody gifted me some makeup, I sold that. I had old clothes, I had old things that I was not using. I put them right on Facebook Marketplace. I put them on OfferUp. And when I tell y'all the things that I put on there, they always sell. And it was just easy, money for me to be able to put, back on my debt. So look around. What do you have that you aren't using? What do you have that you know that you don't even need anymore? Take some good pictures, get a good video of it, and post it, on the Facebook Marketplace, on OfferUp, take a picture of it and make flyers, post it in your apartment complex, in the common area. What do you have that you could sell, really quick? I think, that is so important, to utilize. You already have it, go through that closet, go through that basement. Do some inventory, do a garage sale. One man's trash is another man's treasure, okay? So get to selling some things. Now, I've talked about this one before, and that is, what skills do you have, that you could already start to make some money off of? As you know, your girl is an educator by trade. And the first side hustle that I got was being a tutor at a college, y'all. And I actually still have that job today because I love it so much. I just love just interacting with kids and helping them to reach their goals. But I use that job. I remember I was getting an easy $400 to $500 a month just off of tutoring, right? So, what skills do you have that someone, would be willing to pay for, that you could market, that you can go and either start a business with, or just get a job, somewhere like I did. Sometimes, it takes some getting your wheels to turn. So get that paper and pad out, write down those skills that you have that you could possibly start making extra money with today. Now, for my people, who own homes or who have larger spaces with extra rooms, can you rent out a room? And I say that because I remember back in 2019, I was interviewing for a job and I needed to drive there and stay overnight to make the interview in the morning. So I got on Airbnb, and there was this young college couple who were renting out their second bedroom. And when I think back on that, I'm like, that was so smart. Do you know that they probably weren't even having to pay their rent because that shared room or that rented room was probably, paying for that for them? So, can you rent out a room? I know it can be scary. So, I understand that this is one of those things that most people would be like, I don't know about that. But for my people who ain't scared, okay, are you willing to get on the Airbnb and rent out your room? Or maybe somebody, who needs a place to stay, and you could, charge them an all-inclusive rent, maybe $600, $750 a month. Hey, people do these things all the time. So if this sounds, like something that you'd be interested in, then why not? It'd be a great way to pay off some debt. Listen, it is so easy to get into debt, but it is hard to get out, okay? Trust me, I know. But the only way, to get out and to get out in a timely manner is to incorporate side hustles. So drop down in the comments and let me know what side hustle you're using to pay off your debt. Was there something that I missed that worked out pretty well for you? Drop down in the comments and let us know. And if you want to know more about my debt-free journey, click this playlist here. Bye.